Alright, let's get this started. Good morning, Beans. Not sure if the game audio is playing or not. I think it probably isn't. I don't hear anything. Do I have to press the button? There we go. I think I changed the audio so it was the right level, but I'll just double check now. How have you all been? The mouse is not appearing. Was that showing the PC version? That's showing the PC version. I see. Let's get the game to appear. DualSense wireless controller is running out of battery. Oh, I see. Streaming on PC with software that cannot do full screen is a blow up. It's just not appearing. Oh, I see. I have to. It's set to grand blue. Let's set this to under night and see if that changes anything. Howdy do. I think. Did I have a separate scene for this? Maybe not. Sorry, I'm a little confused. I can't remember if I had a second scene for this. I think maybe I didn't. Basically, the reason I'm so spaced out and confused is because at the moment I've got, on the big screen, I've got the PC version of Uni running, and on the small screen I've got the PlayStation version running. So I can switch between these two sizes, depending on which match is, you know, we want to focus on. But I don't have it on this main screen here. I think I will put it on the main screen here. It's just that every time I click out of this window, the whole game freaks out. There we go. Is there a little outline I can use for this? No. I think I had a separate scene for this, but you know what? I'm just going to stick with it the way we've got it today. Alright, and then I'm actually going to leave you again because I need to go and grab some hot water. Oh, I've put the chat... Oh, I'll see. I'm going to do it again. Really, I do not enjoy streaming when the game is running on the computer that is the stream. I suppose I could make a 2-PC setup, but I don't know, I'm kind of using my other PC. You can actually see it in the background. That there, or behind there, is my laptop, my old Dell Alienware laptop, which is running my just shoots and recordings. Has online been fixed yet? As far as I'm aware, online is fine. I think there are some remaining issues with the input reader people have been complaining about. But otherwise, I mean, people are playing the game and enjoying it. What's up? Is it cold where I'm at? It's freezing. Actually freezing. My air conditioner is doing a good job though, so I'm okay in this particular room. But I don't have one of those houses where like the actual heating kind of heats the whole house. It's just like we have an air conditioner in each room that requires heating. It's not great, to be honest. It's not a great situation. I think it could be better. Anyway, how have you all been this week? I think the last time we streamed was Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. We played Nier, the new character. Sorry, 2B. We played 2B, the new character. Guest character from Nier in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. But the reason we're here playing two versions of this game right now is because I would like to provide a place where we can actually play matches, and if you've been finding it difficult on ranked mode in Under Night In-Birth, you can pop over to this stream anytime and hopefully just get some matches with people who are not as hardcore into the game or haven't been playing the game for 10 years. Because remember, although this is Under Night In-Birth 2, there hasn't been a dramatic mix-up of pretty much anything. The visuals are the same. There's a number of like system mechanics and stuff, things that will make a huge difference to existing players, but if you're brand new to the game, like essentially you're playing a game that is that people have been getting good at for the past 10 years. So if you want a place where you can mess about and actually have a chance to press a few buttons, obviously that may not guarantee that you actually learn, but at least you can have a bit of fun and not feel like you're being completely dominated and having your mind read. That's why we're doing this stream. And it's not just this stream. I mean, obviously I like to stream in general, but that's why we're running 2 versions of the game today. What's up, Aru? Konnichiwa, indeed. Or it's Ohayo gozaimasu at the moment. So if you guys will bear with me for 5 seconds, I'm just going to go and grab the kettle because I'm going to make a quick cup of coffee. Be back in a sec. I have returned. Sort of. Alright. So, first things first. Let's make some coffee and relax while we try to figure out what the heck is going on here. Oh, that's OBS, man. What is this app? Okay, there's a heat wave. What is Saza? Is that a? I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with this country name. So, who's seen the most recent video? Just posted one about 8 or 9 hours ago. Have you watched it? The most recent video, you may notice it is a slightly different style to the videos that went up mostly last year. Because most of 2023 I was focused on trying to formalize the format of the channel. And I started to realize, although when the videos are like a controller review, it works out just fine. But I don't really necessarily want to only do controller reviews. I don't want to rely on controller reviews for all the content. And I've always got stuff that I want to talk about and tech that I want to talk about. And I think it was kind of limiting me. I was like, oh, maybe I should do this kind of video on a separate channel or something. And I started to realize, no. The channel, I enjoy controllers, but it doesn't have to be the only format on the channel. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I'm allowing myself to make the content I want to make instead of just waiting for reviews to be offered to me from various companies. And I feel really liberated as a result. I feel like, okay, finally I don't have to wait until I've got some company launching some new product in a few weeks and they want a review done. I can be like, you know what? I want to talk about VR. Let's make a video and talk about VR. I feel as a content creator, I feel finally liberated to actually make stuff. Sup, Kirby? You're a beginner, are you? What rank did you say you got to? You got to B1 on Discord? Thanks for sharing that, by the way. But then no tissues. This is spilling coffee everywhere. And I have no way to wipe it up. Well, that's frustrating. Snake! Long time no see, but little. But little what? A4. Congratulations. It's true what I was saying about the ranks though. When I get matched up against players in the West, it's like, okay, I have a fighting chance. And then I play like a D4 rank player in Japan, and they literally, I literally don't get to press a single button. It's like everyone is S+ rank, but their rank says D in Japan. I'm like, what is going on? I'm C1+, but ignore the rank. Oh, I always ignore ranks. Oh, hang on a second. Stand by in training mode. Oh, I must have pressed the button by accident. Honestly wonder if PSVR 2 will be locked into... Oh, by the way, sorry, I didn't actually explain what I was doing. I'm making one of these speed coffees. Because I've run out of coffee beans. I do have espresso roast, but if you saw on Twitter, if you follow me on Twitter, and if you don't, you should, I just tweeted out like about half an hour ago, like, descaling my coffee machine is taking a lot longer than I expected. I really thought I would just put that descaling solution in, run the water through it a few times, and it would be finished. But it's like, no, you have to put the descaler in. You need to protect your hands and eyes because it's poison. And then you need to wait until the water's boiled. Then you need to turn it on. Then you need to flush out the steamer. And then you need to wait 5 minutes while the descaler does its magic in the pipes. And then you need to do it again. And then you need to do it again until all the water's run out. And then you need to tip it out from the water tank, fill it up with normal water, and then rerun all the water through it. And I was like, this is taking an hour, and I'm going to be late for stream. I'm eating, but can join later. Excellent. Yeah, join us. For now, let's just chill out with some coffee. What I might do is, if there's anyone, if there are multiple people who want to get started with matches, what I can do is I can actually open this up to the network mode. People who want to play on PC. The room name and the password are the same on PC and on PlayStation. They look the same, but they're actually different. I might make it a little more clear by changing the color. I'll change this one to, let's see, select character. Select your character. What color should I use on this one? White? Sure. Has that changed it? Yes, it has. Okay. So I'll leave that there. I don't actually have a controller plugged in at the moment. Should I I'll get a controller plugged into my PlayStation just in case. Though I'm not playing any matches until like maybe give me a few minutes to actually drink this coffee. Man, what is this over-promise, under-deliver habit that I have? A few minutes. I'm not going to be playing for the next 20 minutes at least. I'm still busy making coffee. You'll go on PC? Yes, join us. Who's been enjoying Grand Blue Fantasy Versus? I haven't had a chance to play 2B since the stream that we did. Okay, I think this coffee's getting a little bit weak. Might be time to tip it out now. Maybe a little bit more. I don't think there's plenty. But yeah, definitely something that's I've been feeling about the channel is that this weird sort of paralysis whenever I feel like I want to make something that YouTube doesn't want me to make, or I don't want the channel to get like confused. I've been putting a lot of this extra pressure on myself to like make sure all the thumbnails line up and have the same theme. But ultimately, I think it doesn't really matter. I watch a lot of the channels, you know, you watch all the big, lots of big YouTubers, and yeah, medium-sized channels, they do have all their thumbnails perfectly matched up and aligned so that all the content is consistent. But there's a lot of big channels out there where, you know, okay, they have a review here, they have some consistency here, but then every now and then it's just a picture of their face and they're just talking about something. I'm like, why can't I do that? Oh yeah, I did actually used to do that, and that's what I'm gonna do. Been playing. I thought. Sorry, into the under night mindset moment. I thought that said I've been playing Kamone's Revenge. Karnov's Revenge on Neo Geo MVS. Cool. I don't actually know what that game is. Sounds cool. You know what I am gonna do actually? I can't find the mouse pointer. Okay. I'm just gonna double check that the audio is set lower. I think it is still too loud. When I was making clips before, I noticed that it was a little bit too loud. Can I do that from here? I think I may have to close the room to get to the settings. What's up, Naz? Hey, I just saw your Glyph video. Thank you. What did you think of it? I'm curious. I'm really curious to hear what you guys think of that controller. Whether you think it's really amazing or whether it's like completely unnecessary or somewhere in between. First of all, let's set the buttons. The buttons, Duke the buttons. And then we'll change the sound. Oh yeah, I changed it to 15. I think this is reasonable. I think maybe just one down just in case. It's just when I was going through the clips before, I was like, it's really imbalanced, and I don't record with multi-track. Maybe I should. Maybe I should be recording this right now. Nah. I think it was pretty sick. Cool. I'm curious because I wonder how many people actually play Smash and 2D fighting games. I wonder if there's actually that large a market for that specific controller. I liked that it had many layouts, even for Smash players. Like, on the one hand, I understand. How about a controller which is designed for Smash, but also leverless for regular 2D fighting games? But I feel like the justification for it was to put in that split layout, which I can understand why some people would like, but at the current angle that it's set, I think it's actually less comfortable. I think it's more comfortable to have the controller right in the middle. What's up, Stock? Let's play. I will play. Oh, I found the tissue. What are we talking about? Completely forgotten. Oh yeah, the glyph. I'm just not sure if... The glyph. I'm just not sure if... I'm a poet, I didn't even know it. I'm just not sure if the split FGC layout that they were suggesting is like justification enough to warrant having it and not just carry like a small Snackbox Micro and a Smash controller separately. Hard to say. But what is really cool is being able to create your own layout. Because ultimately, I think a lot of people they're scared of buying a leverless controller, and the reason is they're afraid that the layout's not going to work for them. Like, I can give all my opinions on, you know, how high up the thumb button is, whether it's too low or it's too high or all that, but ultimately people are going to discover when they buy it for themselves. They'll be like, ah, yeah, this doesn't really suit my hand shape. Should we play? Let's play. See how things go. Remember, everyone, we're running on PC and PS4, PS5 as well. So if you want to play on PlayStation, join, and we will switch over to the PlayStation screen if necessary. Woo! Hopefully my buttons are correct. Oh, yeah. Oh, parry. What? My throw missed. I'm not convinced. On the night in birth. Oops. Oh no, I'm dead. I think it's a really cool control of the glyph though. Don't get me wrong. Just curious for their I'm looking at your title, name title. Oh no, fingers are too cold. Screwing up every combo. Oops. No. Okay, what I'm saying about the glyph is, I'm just concerned for their, from a business perspective, is there actually that large a group of people who play both Smash and 2D fighting games? Capcom tried to sue Data East for Fighter's history. I do not know what we're talking about here. If I ever do a channel, I'll draw a ping tuber. Why not? Oh, did the wrong combo. There's 2B from Nier Automata for at least customized in Tekken 8. Soul Calibur 6 and Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Oops. Oops. To the jump. In Street Fighter that usually works. Wow! All the damage, I'm dead. Maybe I should have practiced the combo first. Fingers are two. You can see me dropping all the combos. Have you ever faced Maximilian? I have not. He's commented on one of my videos though, and I was like, yeah! Can't remember what the I think it was the video that I made about competition and people taking it like really seriously. Oh, I actually did a combo. Oh my god. Hallelujah. Ah. I don't really understand. I don't really like using leverless on games. I use a lot of complex rotations or aerial movement. Really? And what is the reason? What is the reason you're not too keen on it? Otherwise they are fine. I feel most comfortable using it for 3D fighters like Tekken or DOA where there's pretty much no jumping. Oh, I see. But, okay, so the question for you, Gundam, is are you using your left thumb for jump? I find it really unnatural to jump with my left thumb because people don't realize how complicated it is. I mean, again, I'm not saying this is what you do, but people don't realize how complicated it is to hold down your ring finger, tap your middle finger, and then also use your thumb at the same time. Like, I don't think the left hand really has that much dexterity, or if it does, it's tricky. I much prefer to jump with my right thumb and like separate that task out. But you know, when I'm not warmed up, my fingers hate me. I remember going to the GB versus Beta back in the day, and there was this enormous line for one of the cabs because Maximilian Dude was playing, so I just steered clear. Well, I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? Something I've noticed, which is interesting, is just types of people, is the number of people who they get a lot of satisfaction just from speaking to or interacting with someone that they respect. And I don't know, I think maybe it's because I do content creation as well, but I have a feeling like even if I were in a room with Maximilian Dude, I don't think I would join the queue to like go and talk to him because I'm not sure what I would say. You know what I mean? Okay, I don't say that, I don't mean that for like all situations. For example, when I went to the concert where where Nobuo Uematsu, he showed up to like meet and greet people after the concert. They played like Final Fantasy music, and those video games live. It was in London, and I lined up to go and talk to him because I was like really I was like, oh my god, I'm going to meet Uematsu, like hero. And I have a lot of respect for him. I have a lot of respect for Max, but I have a feeling that it wouldn't give me. I don't know what I would get from a conversation with Max, just at like a sort of meet and greet. I'd be like, hey, okay, nice to meet you. Now we've met. And I'm like, I've got nothing else to say apart from your stuff is great, but you already know your stuff is great, and I know your stuff is great. So I do find it interesting how I would like to know more of the mindset of the person who like gets the massive kick out of meeting their heroes or the people that they respect. It's something that sometimes I understand, but other times I'm like, I don't know. People often tell me this happens a lot in the fighting game community, especially because famous people are walking around the venue all the time. They're like, "Yo, look, Punk's over there." I'm like, "So what? So what? He's amazing. He's obviously fantastic at the game." But I'm like, "What are we gonna do if we walk up to him? We're just gonna point and stare and go, whoa, my god, it's you! It's you!" I just at the same time, it is true that one of the coolest things about fighting games is that you can show up to a tournament and all the heroes, the people that you idolize, to the same level that people idolize, I don't know, Steve Jobs or other famous figures. You know, it's less likely that you can show up at an event and just bump into Tim Cook and like have a chat. And go, oh my god, hey, how's it going? I mean, I think he does probably walk around the venues sometimes at events, but it's not quite the same. Like a fighting game tournament, you could show up to, you know, the big tournament, you know, not even Evo, and then just bump into all of your favorite players just queuing up or just standing behind watching someone play a match. It is really cool. I don't know. It always happens with fighting game players. They're just like, oh my god, look. It's Snake Eyes. He's standing over there. I'm like, great. What are we going to do? What are we going to do if we walk up to him? We're just going to point and stare and go, ah! And he's going to feel awkward too. He's going to be like, ah. We're just going to be pointing at each other. It could just be that I do content creation, and so for me, I'm kind of like, this maybe feels strange. J Mills, this game is called Under Night in Birth. Or rather, it's Under Night in Birth 2. Technically, the sequel to the game that has already had 3 or 4 releases. Had arcade releases. Oh, we got a player on PlayStation. I think I might have to ready up on the other system, but 1 second. I will bring up my PlayStation settings. Maybe I'll play you on pad. No, wait a minute. I never remember which cable does what. This cable's really short. Warning, my Snapbox Micro has been slightly bugging out recently. If that happens, I apologize. Alright. What about PlayStation match? Oh, and let me pass, just in case I end up in a match over there. Oh, I have to play. Okay, so the other thing is, I don't have enough screens in the right place, so I'm actually playing on a screen off to the side here. Uh-oh. This is awesome. We got multiple lobbies. This is hard. So anyone who's just joining, yes, this is Under Night in Birth. It's a popular game, but at the same time, the player base is quite specific. I think the best way to describe the player base is they're very specific. It's a very specific group, as in they're quite good at the game. You know, they've been playing this for like 10 years. Ah, that was a bad time to do that. Oh no, it's not. We were talking on the Discord actually about staggering and how it's like important in this game, and I just do not know how to do it. I mean, it's not that I don't know how to do it, it's just that I don't practice it. Oh no! Oh, fortunately I got it through. Is it on PC? Yes. So what we're playing in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see we're playing on PC, and on the top right corner at the moment on the big screen. Oh, I screwed it up! What? Are you kidding me? Ah! You gotta be kidding me. Yes, let's go, grid break. Ah! No! Yes! Ah, come on! Yes! It hit! Okay. So yes, it is on PC. The game is basically awesome. It's an anime game, but unlike a lot of anime fighters you may have seen in other places, Under Night in Birth. Oh, is it set to? Sorry, it's not set to do proper sets. Let me change room settings to maximum rematches 2. Change room settings. Okay, it should allow for normal sets now. Okay, we'll do one more. Finish this set. I think I've described that quite well, right? Under Night in Birth. It's an anime game, but it's a little bit unlike the other anime games because you don't do as much. You don't do as much air dashing. But there is definitely a lot of it if you choose the right character. It's just not a main system mechanic like Blaze Blue. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh no! Oh, I actually got a straight hit there. Could've... Ooh, missed. Flash kicked! Help me! I thought I would have. I thought that had gauge. Screwing up my combos. Please hit! Yes! Okay. Who's the creator of this game? The company is called French Bread, but the publisher is Arc System Works. So, if you haven't seen the documentary, I recommend it. There's a channel called Hold Back to Block, and they've got a really good documentary about how this game kind of came out, kind of went quiet, and then came back. And actually, that's part of the reason of why this game even exists. Like, the community support for this game was like so big that they thought, okay, we're going to get into Evo. The community thought, we're going to get this game into Evo. And then after that, the game actually got a sequel. Oh, that was bad. That was, ooh, punished. Help me. So it's not like Guilty Gear. I would say it feels very, very different to play. Like, obviously it's got anime graphics, and so in that regard, maybe a little bit like Guilty Gear. But gameplay-wise, you do a lot more like grounded footsie stuff in this game. But that's not to say that you don't air dash as well. I mean, the character I'm playing at the moment, he does a lot of moving in the air. I don't think so. No, punish this time. Oh no! No, not like this. Oh, I didn't get like any gauge at all. Oh, why? Okay. Is that the set? I can't actually remember if you won. Was it 1-1 before? Oh no, maybe it wasn't. I think now it's 1-1. Okay. It's a small miracle that this series exists. It is a little bit of a miracle. Personally, like, it would be very sad if we never get another Under Night In-Birth, but now that we've got this game with rollback, it's kind of like, well, even if we don't get another one ever, it's okay because we can keep playing this one, and I'd be kind of fine with that. I would much prefer for the game to continue going forever, but. Oh no, I screwed it up. What's going on here? Nope. When my opponent is patient with me, I get really like paranoid that they're like toying with me. Oh, ouch. I can't combo to save my life. What? What? No, not like this. Oh, okay. One with the time up. Not my favorite way to win. So it's also difficult because I'm looking at the wrong screen. I can't really see the chat anymore. I will check messages in a moment. can't anymore. I've lost all ability. Alright, here we go. Ah. Alright, here we go. Oh! Oh no, not like this! Oh! This game gives me such a heart attack. Oh! Kudu kudu! Okay, we can do this. I'm ready. Don't flash kick me. Okay, this is it, guys. Does it kill? No! Oh, no flash kick. Oh, where was my throw? Where was my throw? I didn't have gauge. No, 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 where's... Yes! Oh man, that was... I'm the scrappiest player on Earth. The Linne infestation is strong on net play. Let's do this. Okay, I might have to find a way to put this monitor somewhere closer to me. GG's. Okay, if it's okay, I'm just going to step out from this room just so I can rethink my setup. Oh dear. GG's, by the way. So stressed. So here's what I need to do. I need to figure out if I can... you guys can't really see it. You've seen my setup before in videos, but I've got a screen here for PC. I've got 3 screens for my PC, and my PlayStation monitor is off to the side, and I need to rethink this setup. Let me catch up with the chat for a minute. I do use my left thumb to jump, but I keep it that way because I find using my thumb for rotations even more awkward, so I keep down in between left and right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, personally, my personal opinion is that using left thumb to jump on a leverless controller misses out on a lot of shortcuts and a lot of like timing things. Like, for example, I think electrics in Tekken, because you need to do it like frame perfect, right? That sort of thing is much easier if you're using one hand for... Actually, but that's a different button. Actually, oh yeah, no, that's... Actually, that's not relevant. Never mind, ignore what I'm saying. I think for electrics, it might not be as relevant. But there are some things, like, for example, when you're changing the timing between a fireball and an air, a TK fireball, I find it easier when you use your right thumb to jump because you can just, like, use the position of your hand. If you, like, slightly position your hand like this, then you can get, like, an exact one or two frames difference on the timing. Maybe I'm just making this stuff up and it's not true. For a lot of content creators, I don't think I would have much to say to them, unless it's James Chen, because I've been communicating with him in his Twitch chats for so long. I have jokes to say. Yeah, I suppose if you're like good friends with someone, then yeah, maybe it would make sense to go ahead. Okay, so don't get me wrong. I think it is worth going up. If you know someone, then definitely go up to them and talk to them at an event. And actually, I think even if you don't, if you've got a hero and you've got no chances to talk to them otherwise, I mean, people came up and talked to me at Evo Japan. They're just like, oh, I've been watching videos for years, but you know, it's the first time I've come to Japan. And I was like, I'm so glad you came up to talk to me. But personally, I don't know why, but for some reason, maybe it's just nerves or something. When I see famous people pretty much anywhere, I just freeze up and I'm like, I'm not gonna go and say hi because I don't know what I would say. But actually, I'm not saying that that's what you should do. I'm saying the opposite, really. I admire people who like can go up to someone that they know that they want to meet at least once in their life, even if they don't know what to say. Like, I have so much respect for people who are capable of doing that. As you can see, I'm not. But maybe that's why I do content creation. Maybe because I'm so introverted like that. Could you even say that's introverted? It's just not having the courage to go and say hello to someone. When you only see the good players on stream, they do feel like celebrities to viewers. I mean, but they are. They're celebrities to us. And you're right. They are just people. I thanked Ryan Hart for that epic burn he gave Rip during a Tekken tournament. He just tried to shill a t-shirt with it printed in. He tried to shill a t-shirt to you. Awesome. I mean, the person knows how to hustle. I think some people like to criticize it, but something that has been fantastic over the past 3 years is the number of creators who have taken, the number of players who are taking their personal business seriously. Like, on the one hand, you could say like, you know, it's such a shame that this person never really criticizes anything. They only ever say positive stuff. And other people are like, oh, it's a shame that, you know, they've really like, you know, they've stepped back. They don't show up in top 8 as often because they're too busy like messing about and not like taking the game as serious because they're into like content creation and streaming. But for the industry as a whole, for content creation as a whole, for players in general, that's a fantastically good thing. It's fantastically good that players are taking content creation seriously, and also their personal careers seriously. Like, yeah, I guess as viewers of YouTube content, it's like a shame for us because it's like, I was hoping you would be impartial and just tell us whether the product is good or bad. But as you probably have already seen, for a lot of content creators, not me, but for a lot of content creators, only saying positive stuff means they are much more likely to get sponsorship deals, and especially as they were, many of them, player first, it makes sense for them to follow like a business first mindset. Like, they're not here to be product reviewers, and they don't want to be product reviewers for the rest of their life. They want to be top players and continue playing the game, but also continue their personal business. So personally, as much as I would prefer to watch, I would prefer to watch unbiased reviews. I do understand when people are like insanely positive about everything, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. You see it on Twitter all the time. It's just like some people are just incapable of saying anything critical about anything, and when you think about it, it makes perfect sense because business-wise, this is what's paying the bill. Like, it's not like they don't have a reputation for being an impartial, unbiased reviewer because that was never the point. And as such, they can continue being biased because it pays the bills. And I think there's a lot to respect there. If you can find a way to turn this into a career, you should do it. And I don't think it's being disingenuous because no one thought that you were an impartial reviewer anyway, so what's the big deal? Anyway, just thought I would get that out there. Do you still grind your coffee? Geo, I do. But today I've run out. So what I'm using today is this. I've shown it frequently in streams when I run out of coffee. It's Ogawa Premium Blend. You can buy these on online shopping. You can buy them in the grocery stores in Japan. And you just open them up, sit them on top of your cup like this. It's just a bag, basically. Pour the water into it and it filters the coffee. So you get a filter coffee. It's not as fresh. It definitely tastes different from when you grind the beans yourself. But it's still a fantastic coffee and way better than instant coffee. Which, don't forget, I respect instant coffee. And I like to have an instant coffee every now and then. I've been messing around with leverless and find it impossible to do a fireball with my left thumb. Oh, do you mean with, if you had to use your thumb, you're talking about, like, TK fireballs? I'm more consistent with the right thumb. Yeah, personally, I'm the same. I think slightly making adjustments to timing, which, let's face it, is like 80% of Under Night in-breath. Maybe more, maybe like 90% of this game is just making slight adjustments to your timing. I would say that that is significantly easier if you've separated the jump button onto your right hand. I think that's why the default layout for leverless has the down button next to the left and right button, as it's much easier to do rotations that way instead of using your thumb. Are you talking about sliding your hand? If you're talking about the design as made by the Hitbox controller company, Hitbox Arcade, they do say that when you're doing 360 rotation moves, that you can just slide your hand over all the buttons. Personally, I wouldn't do that just because I don't like the friction. I don't think my hands would last very long if I was constantly sliding my hands over the rotations. But if it works for you, then more power to you. There are plenty of controllers where I have said, you know, this controller doesn't really work for me, and then other people have come in the comments. They're just like, I don't know what you're talking about. It works absolutely fine. It doesn't do exactly. It doesn't feel like what you're saying to me. I'm like, okay, more power to you. It's fantastic. A few FGC YouTubers made fighting games. Sorry, YouTube does this really awful thing. Okay. It covers the final word of the chat with this like weird icon that I can't get rid of. A few FGC YouTubers made fighting games tier lists where some are good, some are bad, and some are mediocre. Are you a bot? What? Serious question. What did you just say? It was like quite a normal fact. You're not, I'm joking. I know you're not a bot, but was that a discussion starter, or I'm just curious to know. That's exactly, you've just described what a tier list is, right? When someone makes a tier list, they make a list where some things are good, some are bad, and some are mediocre. So, is there like a plus alpha? I'm really curious. Sorry if it sounds like I'm laying into you. That's not my intention. If it sounds like I'm like angry or like trying to laugh at you, that's not the case. I'm just like, where is this going? Is this a discussion topic? Seriously, all these Linnaeus. Kind of like the Street Fighter series. What is it about the sequel being very well loved? Are we talking about Under Night? Do you play Dead or Alive 6 or Tekken 8? J Mills, I used to play a lot of Dead or Alive 6 when I got into streaming in 2017, 2018. That's when DOA 6 was coming out, had just come out. And I loved that game, and I still kind of enjoy playing it every now and then, but I don't go online to play it, I just kind of enjoy it when I can. I think the characters are beautiful. That's basically all it comes down to. I think the characters in Dead or Alive look really great. The animations are super fluid. The environments, you know, a lot of people say that they're more interesting in Dead or Alive 5, and I would tend to agree, but they still look really nice. Dead or Alive 6. I think the gameplay is interesting enough. It's simple enough that anyone can pick it up. There's not that many buttons to press, and the counter system, I think, is furiously difficult. But I guess like Tekken's difficult as well, right? You actually have to choose which throw you're teching. You have to tech left or tech right, and I guess Dead or Alive takes that system like even further. It's like you have to predict what move they're gonna do. You also have to predict whether the move is gonna be high or medium or low. Like there's 3 different times. In fact, I think there's 4 different ways to counter hold people or to hold people, whatever it is. I think it's really interesting, but it's just when I think about predicting what my opponent's going to do and trying to act accordingly, like I understand that is already a large majority of what a fighting game match should be, but for me, I'm like, listen, I got into this through controllers. For me, most of the challenge and the fun comes from, did I manage to do my combo when I needed to do it? Too many rats. It's infected. Poor Lene. Being treated as a rat. So why do people call Lene a rat? Is there like a lore reason for this? Chaos. You don't see a lot of Chaos players, huh? Someone made a tweet recently, just like, oh, what a shame they nerfed Chaos, who was the the final 2 people on Earth who play Chaos. I would love to play Chaos. I think if I were gonna choose a new character to try, I think it would probably be Chaos. Because I got into Seth mostly because I thought his combos were interesting, and I like the setup tools. And Chaos, because he's a puppet character, and I've always liked the idea of puppet characters, I feel like if I were to choose a new character in this game, it would probably be Chaos. The second reason, please don't laugh at me for this. The second reason is that the voice of Chaos, I believe, is the same voice as Kirito from Sword Art Online. And if you ask me, I think that's a good enough reason. I think that's a good enough reason to play Chaos. I didn't even know Chaos existed. He shows up so infrequently anywhere. I don't blame you for not knowing. But he's really cool. Look, he doesn't have the puppet out, but he can summon the puppet out when he wants. And when the puppet comes out, I think he does get, presumably, some mix-up potential out of it. But also the combos are just really cool, because you can like do 3 or 4 hits with Chaos, and then Ozzy, the dog, his familiar, can like continue the combo, and then like you can like play basketball with your opponent, like toss them to each other. You know what? That's the entire season I wanted to try playing Chaos as well. Oh, that's the entire reason you wanted to play Chaos. Excellent. Oh no! Oh no, I'm so sorry if anyone was queuing up. PC has failed us. Since there's so many of us, I will put consecutive play restrictions, maximum rematches on no rematches, just so that we can run through players more quickly. But full sets, of course, all good. I might change it. I might change it back. In fact, do you two want to play? No, I'll have a match. I'll have a match. Why not? When it says plus 10, plus 12, is it talking about milliseconds or frames? I'm a little scared. Unfortunate saved me from getting bodied. I was the Chaos. I really want to play Chaos. I think Seth is really fun for the setup tools, but I love the idea of being in control of 2 characters at the same time. I just think that's very cool. Wait a minute, you were playing Akatsuki earlier. What happened? Ah, the cross up. Oh, that's why. I do my fast fall too quickly. I'd rush it. If at first you fail to throw again. Ah, where's my super? Yes. Ah, what? What? I will do anything except block on wake up. Oh no, no, no! I was too far away from my unblockable grab. I wish this was on Xbox and Game Pass. The thing is, as much as I do like the idea of more people being able to play the game, not sure that fragmenting the player base any further is actually a good idea. Hard to say though. I mean, maybe it could be a good thing. Oh, missed. Oh, I can't combo to save my life. So annoying that my fingers hate me. I'm sorry that I complain so much. I'm not really sorry, but I am sorry. Oh, I didn't realize that my PlayStation game audio was off. So I'll turn that back on. Sorry, 1 second. Coming back. So that whole time we were playing with no audio. That's no good. Did you start playing Tekken 8 yet? We did a stream and we played some Tekken 8, but I would love to play more. I would love to play more Tekken 8. That's it. That's the whole thing I have to say about that. Just haven't been, but I would love to. What's up, Owen? Was just at a multi-game tournament that had Street Fighter 6, Guilty Gear Strive, Tekken 8, and yes, Under Night in Birth! Glad to hear it. No, it's not what I want. These Batista players must be stopped. Oh, missed! Oh no, flashed! Don't know why, but everyone at my local is better than me at Under Night. What? I mean, is that hard to believe? Are you like really high ranked? Ouch! Just realized the reason this is happening is because I'm not using any of my set tools. Ah! You're gonna be so... Just don't use Green Shield. The advice I was told when I was getting into this game like 3 years ago was just don't Green Shield. Ever. I think that's pretty good advice. But I did take a round in Guilty Gear. Congratulations. In Michigan we have... Okay. I assume those are big players. I have no idea. I mean top in Michigan for uni. Cool. But if you use the phrase "I don't know why," it usually means "How did everyone beat me? I'm so good." So I'm just wondering, are you also a top player? I've seen Tekken 8 characters. I have seen Tekken 8 characters could cosplaying as other characters from anime, manga. Oh, through the customization feature. That's a big thing on Twitter at the moment. People are doing lots of costume customizations to make... Who was the one who did it? I can't remember. I think Maximilian actually retweeted it. There was someone did the character like Ash Ketchum from Pokemon as like a costume in Tekken 8. Oh, I thought that was funny. Miller is one of the top Renees. He's also washed me on Netflix. I am not. No, hence why I said most people are crazy here in Michigan. Interesting. I always forget that. Please don't take this the wrong way. I always forget that Michigan is a state. How many of you know the States song? I'd like to do a poll, but I don't want to click anywhere on the screen because it might crash the game. Hands up. Press 1 in the chat if you know the United States song. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut. Turn the page. If you know the song, put 1 in the chat. You know the song. No one would have caught. Michigan. That's the only reason I remember that Michigan is a state. Master Chief. Oh, you know the song? You know the song? Okay. This is warming my heart right now. Do they still teach it? Do they still teach this song in elementary school in America? Because I did. Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine. I'm sure I've sung this song on stream before. Is that a Johnny Cash song? My God, is it? That would be so funny. It would be so funny if it turned out this whole time it was a Johnny Cash song. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut. I'm gonna leave my rusty cage and run. Did the stream go offline for your side? Maybe. Oh, and which player are you, by the way? Are you the Linné or were you the Batista? Oh, dang, cat hopped off my lap after I lost. Is that a euphemism for something? I don't really understand. Is that... Did the cat know that you lost? That's a great Soundgarden song. It is! And it turns out, if I'm not mistaken, that it was originally a Johnny Cash song. I'm gonna leave my rusty cage and run. Soundgarden. Put 1 in the chat if you listen to Soundgarden. If you name, okay, don't put 1 in the chat. Write the title of a Soundgarden song if you know any songs by Soundgarden. Let's see if anyone knows any songs that are not the one Soundgarden song. Oh, actually, I've got a good story. Speaking of music, when I got to university, a friend of mine heard that I really liked Everclear, and he was like, "Oh, you like Everclear? I love Everclear." I was like, "Really? How do you know Everclear?" Like, it was in the UK, by the way. Like, no one knows who Everclear is in the UK. He's like, "Yeah. What was it? It's like, I want to be like you," or something. I can't remember what the song was called, but there's a song. He's like, "Yeah, because it's an American Pie." It's like, oh. Man, that's a movie that a lot of young kids probably have never even seen. Black Hole Sun. Ah, you see. You named the one song. We've been singing one of the other one, Rusty Cage. Does anyone know any other songs that are not Rusty Cage or Black Hole Sun? Oh, and if I'm not 100% sure what happened to you, if you were the Batista, come on, the name sometimes. If you were the Batista player, it looks like the game crashed, and then we rebooted the room. I played a match against Soul Stock, and then no wait, that was before the crash. I don't remember what's going on anymore. Completely losing it. 4th of July. I don't even know what song that is. What is the other song that I like? Jesus Christ Pose is such a cool song. Like back then, you just chose fret 6 or fret 8 or fret 3. They were like, there's certain frets on the guitar that guarantee that your riff is going to be good. And it's fret 3, 6, 8 is actually kind of an unusual one, I suppose. 10 and 12, anything that's in the blues scale. Have we got any musicians in the chat? Oh! Enkidu! We don't see him often. By the way, if there's anyone who wants to play on PlayStation, we do have this room open. I'll put myself off standby. If anyone wants to join us for a match over there, can play while waiting. Or if you want, if you just find that the queue is too long to wait on the PC version, you can boot up on both, like I am. You play percussion, Owen! Let's be friends. I'm a percussionist. I was a percussionist. Owen, what type of percussion do you prefer? Are you a untuned percussion specialist, or are you a tuned percussionist? I think I know the American anthem song back in my old elementary school. Oh, you mean the Star Spangled Banner? Everyone, put your hand on your heart. Do you remember you had to do that? Maybe this was only me because I was Midwest. We put our hand on our heart, and then halfway, like a couple of years later, they were like, "Oh, apparently the heart is actually in the middle of your body, so we've been putting our hands on the wrong part of our chest." I was like, "Guys, does it really matter? Is this really the issue?" They're like, "Okay, we're all gonna sing the Star Spangled Banner, but our hands are gonna be in the middle of our chest." I was like, is that really where the heart is? Is it right in the middle? Maybe it's a little bit to the left, somewhere in between. I just remember them making a big fuss over the position of the heart. And I was like, I don't think this is the point. Like, the point is that we're supposed to be singing this silly song. I mean, it's not silly. It's an important song. And it's actually a really good tune. As made famous by Jimi Hendrix. As you may all remember, one of the greatest covers of the Star Spangled Banner. I can barely play saxophone and guitar. Yes! Teach me to play the saxophone. I actually bought a saxophone, this is like 20 years ago. Bought a saxophone thinking like, oh, I'll learn how to play it and improvise and stuff, and it's never happened. It's a shame. I don't think I have the motivation to get into saxophone now. At the moment, what I really want to focus on is piano and guitar. I've been practicing jazz piano every day, by the way. Have not been practicing guitar. I feel so bad. I was practicing guitar every day in like July and August, and then after September hit, I was like, I have to go back to making YouTube videos. I was using my guitar. I can't believe that this was the case, but it turned out that I was using guitar practice as a way to avoid making YouTube videos. I was like, yeah, I'll have to write the script and don't have time to focus on it. Oh wow, it's just me in stock again. I'd be like, I have to review this product, so I should test it out first. I need to get some gameplay recordings done. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to practice guitar. And unfortunately, with a lot of my hobbies, that's just what it is. Like, a lot of the reasons I have so many hobbies is because I'm constantly avoiding trying to actually get better at a game. Mostly because I'm just afraid that I'll discover that I'm not good at it. Oh, that's good combo. Oops. Woo! Oh, screwed it up. Oh, why? I get a lot of mileage with Seth on his standing C attack. Sometimes it doesn't work, but quite like this button. Oops. All right, now I'm ready. Oh, I could have turned that into a combo. Oh, what? What? Oh, that's not me. I didn't have... Oh, no. I thought I had. Good. No! I thought you were going to jump, so I was like preemptively anti-airing. Marching and untuned. Sweet. We were actually talking about playing in a marching band. Oh, I'm already out. We were actually talking about playing in marching band last stream. Oh, and so my dream before I moved away from America, because I was born in the UK, then I moved to America, and then I moved back to the UK, and right as I was leaving America, I had just joined high school. So I was in American high school for about 2 weeks, and then I had to leave and fly to the UK. But my dream for like 3 years was to join an American high school marching band. And so I actually I actually bought a marching drum. It was on sale. I was like, okay, I'm going to get good at this. I learned how to play traditional grip, but the marching band style. So I had my hands, it's super unhealthy to play like this, but played with my hands completely flat like that with traditional grip. And it just, I always wished that I could have actually been in a marching band. What I really wanted to play wasn't actually snare. I wanted to play the tom-toms. You know, they have like a selection of 4 tom-toms that you play with like mallets. I really wanted to play that. Unfortunately, it didn't happen for me. We had to remove our caps for the national anthem. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You have to take your hat off. You have to like kneel. Do you remember when that was a drama topic? When certain people wouldn't kneel for the national anthem. It's a controversial tune. Does the game have crossplay? German. In fact, the reason we are playing on PlayStation and PC today is because it does not have crossplay, unfortunately. But I just love this game so much. I really think if we supported the game enough, and if it does well enough at EVO and gets enough attention, maybe we could convince them to invest the money in crossplay. I think it's highly unlikely. You saw the way that the PC release came out. Like, you know, it was it looked like it was completely untested. The way the game was falling apart, it felt like nobody did any quality testing at all, which is, I'm sure, not true. I'm sure they did test lots of things, but the network mode, just opening it would like crash the game. It was a real disaster. So the chances of them also putting crossplay in, obviously they didn't port the PC version themselves, so maybe they don't even know how. Maybe it's beyond them. Maybe they don't even know technologically how they would do it, because they didn't port. They don't know what code is in the PC port. They hired someone else to do it. Tenor drums, are they called tenors? Maybe they're called tenors. In the UK, it's really confusing, I know, but in the UK, a tenor drum is actually just like a snare with no snares on it. So I'm a little confused. I'm not sure if it is tenors. But yeah, there's like 4 of them, and you can like play tunes. It's just like having 4 tom-toms on a drum kit, I guess. It was so cool. That was my dream, and it never happened. And now I'm a YouTuber. It's all over for me. Imagine playing fighting games with a guitar controller. It has happened, Master Chief. There's a viral clip of someone, he might have even been playing Under Night, actually. I don't remember what game. I think it was probably Guilty Gear. But if it were Under Night, someone correct me if I'm wrong. Does anyone know? There was like a viral clip of someone playing on the Guitar Hero controller, and they played a fighting game, and it might well have been Under Night. I think Uni botched its chance. Please don't say that. Oh, I hope that's not true. There's no coming back from that launch. I feel like it's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. It's crazy unfortunate. I'll make this screen a little bit bigger so we can enjoy some matches, but that launch, there are a number of people who probably aren't on Twitter, so they don't know that the game is fixed. They probably just bought the game, tried to play it. They probably just wanted to play single-player modes, and just the game probably just crashed and died when they just opened up certain menus. Because there were just certain menus you couldn't even open in this game before. and it would just crash. And it's a shame. We know, because we hang out on social media all the time, we know that the game is mostly fixed, and we're playing it now. Look, we're streaming. We've been streaming for, what, an hour and a half at least? We've been streaming for an hour and a half, and the game's only crashed once. Oh man, I'm like trying to praise the game for like 10 seconds, and we can't, because the truth is it has already crashed. Like, in fairness, it hasn't crashed, it booted us to the main menu. Like, if it hadn't actually completely crashed the game. But yeah. Yep, it's tenors. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna look up some marching band videos after this. Hey, Owen, while we're talking about music, have you ever played Blue Shades? I saw marching bands play Blue Shades, like in a marching band contest. It was like, man, I love that tune. I'm a wind orchestra nerd. A lot of people don't know this about me, but before I was into YouTube and fighting games, my life revolved around wind band. There was this one time at band camp, like, I shit you not, that was me. Actually, I don't think that's hard to believe. I think a lot of people would believe that and understand. You've never seen Blue Shades in a marching band? Check it out on YouTube. You know people who do it. Such a good tune. Look up DCI drum corps. Yes, I will. Absolutely. You have the Rock Band controller. This is your moment. Ah! Uh-oh, the combo has begun. Ah, what? That was not my chance. So funny, Kobe. We were literally just talking on Discord about when it's your turn, and I just tried to take my turn back and it wasn't. Ah, baited. Okay. Kirby's been practicing. Gone are the days when we could... Gone are the days when I felt like it was an even back and forth. Wiping the floor with me now. Ah, the safe wake up DP. What is going on? You're a monster. What is this? What? Kirby evolved. You blew me away. Heart Prince Rebirth. Oh, how sweet. You win, fair and square. Respect. What's that thing they do in Wayne's World? I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. What about a fishing pole controller? See, that's the sort of video I want to make. That's the sort of video that I enjoyed making and just stopped doing because I wasn't satisfied with the way that the channel looked. I wanted the channel to be more focused, and I wanted people to know exactly what they were getting. And I think I was worried too much about like making the channel work the way that YouTube wanted it to work. And I think the biggest change that I'm making myself this year is that... Did you guys choose no music? I think the biggest change I'm making this year is that I'm just going to make content that I want to make. Obviously, I'm going to focus on making sure that the channel succeeds still, but I'm not going to like avoid making content because it like doesn't match the theme or something. I feel like the people who have already arrived on the channel, those are the people that I want to connect with the most. I'm not going to worry too much about random people who find the channel on the algorithm. It's just like people who came here because and you subscribed because they liked what they saw. I'm going to give them more of that. I'm going to deliver what they came for. Practice indeed. Kirby, you've been labbing hard. By the way, there is a player at my local uni who plays Carmine on a Guitar Hero controller. Damn. What, every week? He shows up to locals and he plays on this Guitar Hero controller. It's amazing. Why did you guys choose no music? Or is it random? Did you choose no music at random? Maybe the game's bugged out. Or was that a Mika player? So maybe the Guitar Hero player was playing Under Night. That's amazing. The fishing pole controller. I do have an adapter, I think, that can play Dreamcast games on USB. So I think it could work. I think we could, because I have got my Dreamcast controller adapter. We can go and get the what's it called, Bassman? Sea Bassman? No, Seaman. That was actually the name of the game. Seaman. Believe it or not. You tried the Guitar Hero controller with Fantasy Strike. Well, I mean, that's actually doable, right? I mean, Fantasy Strike. Can you crouch in Fantasy Strike? I think you can't crouch in that game, can you? It's just back and forth. I feel like that's a game I should have played. I should have tried it. Maybe my footsies would be better if I actually had played Fantasy Strike. I would definitely believe you when a GG player played with a steering wheel. Yeah. But at the same time, as we all know, he doesn't actually turn the wheel to go left and right. Actually, when I used the steering wheel to play Street Fighter in my video when I unboxed my Logitech G29, I actually made a point of moving left and right with the controls set to actually turning the wheel. I didn't use the D-pad to move left and right. And I did that specifically because I wanted to prove that you could, if you really wanted to, you could play with left and right mapped to actually turning the wheel instead of using the D-pad on the wheel. It would be nearly impossible, but it is doable. All right, I'm tired. I'm gonna go and rest. 8:34 p.m. where you are. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out. Been a long day. Have a great rest of your stream. Thanks. Yeah, I think we'll probably go for another, I don't know, half an hour, maybe more. It depends. It depends how much time my family will allow me to stream. I mean, they always let me. It's not that they ever say no. It's just like I don't want to give all the child caretaking responsibilities to my partner. I'd like to help out if I can. You played Seaman on Dreamcast? No way. I feel like the Yuzuriha player deserves some big screen time. Wow, we really all do play on PC. This is insane. There's really no one who wants to play on PlayStation. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. We can play on PlayStation. The level is increasing as well. You're also good at this. Hello guys, I have a question. Could I run Steam on it and play? Wait. The controller starts with an it, and you haven't. Oh, you're talking about the ally. Okay. Hello guys, I have a question. Could I run Steam on it and play some games? If not, can you recommend me some handheld consoles that do so? The ROG Ally Z1 Extreme. Well, the Asus ROG Ally happens to be what I have right here. Just to clean it off. Screen's all muddy. There we go. That's what I've got here. Asus ROG Ally. I use this thing all the time. I don't ever play my Steam Deck anymore. And it's not because Steam Deck is bad. I think Steam Deck is amazing, and actually the user experience is kind of way smoother on the Steam Deck because you're not running Windows. But the question is, can I play games on the ROG Ally? And the answer is yes. You can play almost everything. Heavy Day is one of my favorite musics on Guilty Gear. I'm glad to hear it. Some great music in fighting games for sure. I like when people go on Twitter and they tell Raito, they're like, you do know that genres that have absolutely nothing to do with fighting games all use your music from Under Night in-Birth? He's like, what? The guy doesn't really. I think he knows that he's famous, but I think he probably doesn't realize how famous he is. His soundtracks are used in literally not everything, but there are so many videos where it's like a jump scare, isn't it? Wait a minute. This is Undernight music. This video has nothing to do with fighting games. PC is just more convenient to play fighting games on. It's just more convenient to play everything on. It's just a shame. It's a shame that they outsourced the PC port, because I do feel like maybe that changes. I feel like that might change the chances of us getting crossplay. Like, think about it. How can they work on crossplay if they're having to, what's the word, liaise with a separate team, the team that did this port? They'd be like, okay, we'd like to test this thing with crossplay, but like we've got the PlayStation and the Switch versions, which we're hanging. Wait, what if the Switch version was also handled by a different porting team? Is it the same company? Something Zero. What was the name of the company that ported this? They're called like Cloud9 or Cloud Zero or something. Does anyone remember? I've already forgotten the name of the team that ported this, but a lot of people are blaming them for the issues. I have no idea though. We have no actual evidence that it was specifically the porting team that was the issue. That is something that I think is a shame with the internet. Like, I wanted the port to be better, but everyone really made it out like we need to like put the porting company out of business. So it's just like, wait a minute, we have no proof that the code that was provided to them was actually solid to begin with. Or Cyclone Zero, that was the one. Thank you. You never know. There's a lot of stuff that people talk about on the internet, and there's no idea what's actually happening in the background. Like, what if they put Cyclone Zero out of business and it turned out it wasn't their fault? What if it was literally just the code was bad to start with? Okay. Well, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I can't play. Oh, okay. I thought maybe I don't really know what you can air block and what you can't. I forgot. Ah! Yeah, what was I thinking? There's no way that was gonna work. Ah! Ah, I don't know what's going on. So lucky. Oh no! Why? Trying to assault. Trying to assault, and I don't know what I pressed, but I ended up just standing up. Well, that went terribly. GG's. I like doing these lobbies. It gives me a chance to just sit back and relax. What did Arxis cook? Why choose Cyclone? Say that again? Isn't that precisely because they are the publisher that they are the one who chose Cyclone? I heard French Bread was only taking care of the console at first. I have no idea. I assume, but I think it's really important to use the word assume. I assume that French Bread and Arxis handled the console stuff first, and then handed it off to the porting company. And what appears to be assumed on Twitter right now is that port, because it's the Steam version that has the issue, assumed that whatever went wrong was because of Cyclone Zero. But I don't know. I don't really know everything about code. I've done programming myself a little bit. It's entirely possible that they made code that just wasn't going to ever work as it should. After, like, it's not Cyclone Zero's fault that they published it the way they did. Like, if there were issues with the port, it was actually on French Bread and ArcSys to test it before they released it. Before they released it. Do you see what I mean? Like, yes, it's entirely possible that the coding being done wrong and having all these issues is because of Cyclone Zero that ported it. But the fact that we got to play a paid version of the game that doesn't work, like, at all online, that's not actually Cyclone Zero's fault. That is actually the responsibility of the publisher to check. So, as much as people feel like they're some sort of heroes of social justice on the internet, I think sometimes these situations need to be clarified before you just jump into let's put this company out of business. A beta would have helped. A lot of people were saying that, and that's true. Is Mortal Kombat 1 on Switch broken as well? I don't know. I mean, it's not on sale in Japan, so I can't even test it. I've never really been interested, personally, in Mortal Kombat, though. Sorry, I can't read. The chat just disappeared. Su Ting Feng. How many arcade sticks do you have? I counted recently, and I think I have, like, at least 30 arcade sticks. Maybe more. I can't remember if that number includes pad controllers as well, but I have a lot of controllers, and I don't really know if I want them all. Alright, Sentry, any predictions for Switch 2? Well, the first prediction for Switch 2 is that it's not going to come out until after this year. So you're not going to get a Switch 2 in 2024. It is entirely possible that they would announce something, like maybe Christmas. The thing is, they probably won't. If they announced a new Switch before Christmas, it would probably affect sales. So more than likely, if there is a Switch 2, if it even exists, and there are rumors that people, like developers, have tested it at certain events. If it actually exists, they would not announce it until after the Christmas period of 2024, which means that you'll get an announcement probably sometime March 2025 for a release June, July, August 2025, and I feel like that would be the earliest. The thing with the Switch is that it doesn't actually need to be much more powerful. Personally, I would like it to be more powerful, and there's lots of stuff they could improve. We could have OLED could be the default spec. Larger screen could be the default spec. They could improve Joy-Cons to be more resilient. They could have controllers that use it's that Ghoulie kit thing. We've got Hall effect sensors. They could be Hall effect sensor based, so that they supposedly never suffer from stick drift. But the hardware itself, a lot of people already know this, but with Nintendo consoles, a lot of the success comes from the fact that the default hardware is better suited to like, smaller games, or games that require fewer resources. If you make a game for PS5, there's this expectation that it has triple or quadruple A graphics. But with the Switch, it's just assumed that the game that's coming out on Switch is going to be kind of, you know, would you call it an A rank game? You know it's going to be a good game, but it's not, the graphics are not going to be the point of it. And so in a way, it's like it's like the perfect, not just indie machine, but also just for companies that don't want to invest insane amount of money into a product that might not succeed. Switch is an insanely good proposition as it is right now. So in a way, it makes sense for Nintendo to not up the graphics ante on Switch yet. The longer they can put that off, the better it is actually as a platform for like smaller games, smaller scope games. They could drop the porting team and bring everything in-house. The question is, would they have the money? They're probably very understaffed as it is at ArcSys, because let's not forget, they're making Guilty Gear. I mean, they've got rid of Blaze Blue, unfortunately. I don't know if they'll ever make another game for that. They still own the IP, I think. You know, French Bread is the developer for Undernight, but they are published by ArcSys, so absolutely certain that ArcSys is in charge of a lot of quality assurance and testing and presumably localization of the game and stuff. And then they're also working on Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising, which has still got DLC coming out. Presumably they are still working on DNF Duel. They're probably still working on Dragon Ball Fighters, which is going to have rollback. Like, Capcom made Street Fighter 6 and a bunch of ports and stuff, but like, is Capcom actively working on more than one fighting game? We don't know. Like, they put a lot of effort, obviously, into Street Fighter 6, but ArcSys is making like 6 or 7 fighting games at the same time. So I don't know. Could they realistically have a team that ports all of those titles to all the different platforms that they're on? And their business model is different as well. Like, they work for other publishers. Like, like ArcSys develops games for other publishers. Like Cygames is a publisher, or I can't remember who publishes DNF Duel, but it's not. DNF Duel is not published by ArcSys, or is it? I don't think it is, right? They should call it the SNES 2. Sure, why not? That's just blame shifting at that point. At the end of the day, the PC version was broken and needed more time to be worked on, but they weren't going to delay the PC release and just release. Yeah, I mean, there's delay shifting in both directions. It goes both ways. I will be asking some questions about building my PC gaming setup in NihongoGamer's Discord server, so be patient with me. I'm new to the PC world. Yes! Build a PC. I've never done it, but I would love to. I'll be reading your posts in the Discord, hopefully picking up some tips for myself. In the end, that was worse, to release a broken version of the game. Yeah, I feel like the responsibility of whether to release it or not, or to delay it or not, ArcSys should have delayed the release of this game. There was no need to rush. The only reason I can think that they rushed the release was because they wanted to release it before the EVO announcement, that it was going to be a main title. They made a decision that, in retrospect, was wrong. The decision should have been delay the release so that the PC version has a stronger release. It's too late now. It is, I'm not going to say that phrase, but what happened, happened. And I wish it had been different, but hindsight's 50-50? Hindsight's 2020. Hindsight's 50-50. The things I say. They lost potential customers. It's true. They did. There is Rival Schools series made by Capcom. Yeah, but are they actively working on it? We don't know. They're so secretive with the stuff they work on. It's difficult to know. French Bread have Melty and Unity. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh man, I forgot. Yeah, French Bread is busy too. Yep, DNF is published by Nexon. Remember indie company Nexon? Video Game Awards. Why do people even watch that stuff? Oh no! Oh, why did I crouch? Oh, no, no, no. Chain shift is the greatest mechanic of all time. Man, Undernight is such a good game. If there's anyone in the chat who has never played this game, there are a couple features that make this game absolutely amazing. And one of them is chain shift, which is a screen freeze. Chain shift allows you to do a screen freeze. And the other one is just getting Vorpal, which allows you to do chain shift. But you can like convert that gauge in the middle to gauge that is useful to you. Oh no. No, not again! I did it again! Why do I keep jumping? I should just not jump. Matches are short. Maybe first to one was a mistake, but the thing is, if we don't do first to one, just the queue will never move along. You guys are so good at this. What happened to beginner matches? No, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Is it possible to install 10 terabytes or even 5 terabytes? You can't ask a question like that. That doesn't make any sense. You can ask any question you like, but the question has to make sense, otherwise we can't answer it. Is the question, is it possible to have 10 terabytes of storage? Otherwise it's just... Well, what is the question? Is it possible to download a file that's 10 terabytes? Is it possible for a single file to be 10 terabytes, or will it be split into multiple files, depending on the file system? Can I have an SSD up to 10 terabytes? Are there any SSDs that exist that are 10 terabytes? Would probably be a good specific question. Yeah, Artie, we've got everyone's in the room today, but no one's playing on PlayStation. So in a way, we might not even ever have to do PlayStation rooms anymore, because it looks like no one plays on PlayStation anyway. Strange. Delaying the PC version of Uni while releasing PlayStation would be just as bad, if not worse. Oh yeah, if they'd only delayed one, that would be not great. It would be better to delay both. But yeah, I mean, I have no idea, but I assume that the issue was the Evo announcement. They wanted the game to be out there. Because if they didn't have the game out, I think they were afraid of the backlash that they got from BD Tag. I mean, I don't think the backlash was that bad, but people did complain that BD Tag was announced as a main title for Evo, even though the game didn't exist yet. I remember that being a point of contention. Do you guys remember that? Capcom should be making a new Power Stone. Well, we know that I think Maximilian would enjoy that. 8ing. I know that they helped to develop DNF Duel, but I don't think they did it completely by themselves, right? I mean, the graphics are obviously Arxis. People watch the Game Awards for the trailers. Oh yeah, I forgot. Is there anything else on the show? I don't know. Personally, I've never watched it. It is cool that we have an awards show or awards shows for fighting games, but personally, I don't watch them. It just doesn't really interest me watching people vote for like what they think the best RPG is. It's so subjective that I can't find a way to justify the time listening to people vote for which game is better. It's like, for example, if Under Night, Tekken, and Street Fighter 6 were up for best fighting game of the year, what if Tekken wins, right? What does it mean? Who cares? Ultimately, it means absolutely nothing. Street Fighter players are going to continue playing Street Fighter. Under Night players are going to continue playing Under Night. All it really means is, you know, some nice marketing for people who are really casual and they're like, oh, I want to play that fighting that everyone else is playing. But for us, who've been playing fighting games already, you know, ultimately it doesn't really mean anything. Whoever wins or loses these little contests. I meant as storage so I could download more games. 10 terabytes. I've never heard of a limit of putting 10, you know, 5 or 10 terabytes in a computer. I mean, that's how servers work, isn't it? They're just tons and tons of storage running on PCs somewhere. Oh man, I want to join. Yes, X-Play. What are we? Are we gonna call you playing, or are we gonna call you sucky? Join us. Play on PlayStation here, or on PC here. Take your pick. I saw one with 32 terabytes. I was shocked to see it. I didn't even know. I've never seen 32 terabytes, but let's see. Physical hard disks. You can easily get like a physical hard disk, which is 8 terabytes already on a single drive. So if you just stacked 4 of them up, right? 4 times 8 is 32. Yeah. If you had 4 physical hard disks in your computer and just SATA cables, 8 terabytes each. Oh no! It happened again. All right. I'm tired of losing so quickly, so I'm gonna put it on rematches too. And then maybe we'll make this, you know, play for another half an hour and then end it. For 10 terabytes of data, you're probably looking at the old the old school mechanical drives, and that's not recommended to install modern games on. Really? I play all my games on. That's not true. I do play some of my games on SSD. I would have a dedicated SSD for games that require, like open worlds that require a lot of data being streamed off the hard disk. But every other game I play, you know, all the important stuff is loaded into RAM anyway, so I don't think there's much issue playing games on a physical hard disk. But yeah, I mean, technically not recommended, I suppose. Whoops! Where's the coffee videos? I don't know if they'll come back. I like doing talks. I don't know if making coffee and talking... Hard to say whether that will come back on this channel. Oh! I have talked about maybe bringing it back on my sub channel. It might come back. Not like this. No, how do I block that? Oh, I forgot. I could use replay assist. Ah, see that move. Basically, I don't know how to. Ah, why is my... I need to use replay assist to find out what to do in that move, because I just don't know. I'm like, okay, I know that this combo is going to end with that annoying move that I don't like, and I'm going to try and backdash out of it, and then like, yeah, I just need to find some other way to... That was bad. I just wanted to use the rest of my gauge since I had it. Ouch! What? Why is it? I can't do my fastball anymore. It's annoying. Otsuran, thank you so much for showing up for matches. Appreciate you being here. 2 crashes in 2 hours ain't bad. These are our under-night standards. For older games, it's fine, yeah. What, does it affect Street Fighter 5? I don't think I've ever noticed the game running slowly if I ran on a physical hard disk. See, I tried to interrupt, that didn't work. The important thing with storage on your computer is to remember that realistically, you can't download every game you own if you only use SSD storage. you just run out of money because it's really expensive. So I think ultimately, putting like 90% of your library on normal hard disks, and then having like your few modern games that you play a lot, you could have them on SSD. Yeah, and my hands just don't want to play today. No! My finger's just not interested today. At least I got to play for a bit longer this time. Oh, we got another 7 in the room. You know what I might do? I might just change it to best of 3 only when I play, and then when other people are playing, I'll put it back on first to 1. I think that's fair. I'm not very good, so be gentle when I join. Yeah, everyone, be nice. But I actually kind of mean that, in truthfully. It's hard, isn't it? How do you build like a community where people feel, you know, safe about showing up even though they're like low level at the game? I'm honestly asking you guys as a serious question. That's what I would like to do. I would like to provide a place where people don't feel like the level is so high that they're too scared to boot up and play. That is really the main goal of this dual streaming the game right now. But I don't know how to do it, because ultimately, as the community gets stronger, everyone will continue to level up. And then what happens at that point? Does it just slowly but surely become a harder and harder place for new players to exist? Or do we just allow everyone to play at as high a level as they want, and then, I don't know, incorporate some kind of feedback system so that people can improve? I would actually have to improve at the game before I could actually provide that myself. But I'm just curious. I'd like to know if there's a way to make it happen, because I would like to do it if there is a way. I'm on PS4. Join anything but the FGC. What do you mean? To avoid getting washed? Suppose. No, I can't generalize like that. Do you play your handheld PC? Yeah. I was just showing this earlier, but I play this a lot. The Asus ROG Ally. I'm not a big fan of the D-pad on the other ones, the Iron Neo. I mean, I've said this in my review, but the D-pad is pretty difficult for me to use on the Iron Neo. And the D-pad, it's not that it's awful on the Steam Deck, but it's just I don't... Why bring around the Steam Deck if I've got something that actually runs all the games? Because on Steam Deck there are some things that it can't run. I mean, it can run a lot of things, but just that. I've just that fear. Like, oh, what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work on Steam Deck? Wouldn't it be better just bring the machine that has Windows? And also just easier to use it because it's also a PC, right? I can put files on it. I can run OBS. I mean, I think you can run OBS obviously in desktop mode on Steam Deck, but I don't know. It's all just automatic on the ROG Ally. It's like it's just a Windows PC. You just treat it like a Windows PC and it does its thing. Can you connect a stick to it? Absolutely. Can you connect a stick to this? No problem. Pretty sure I showed that in the Snackbox Micro video. So for the video for this controller, the Snackbox Micro, this is actually plugged into this controller, this handheld PC, in the review video. Oh, I don't have any more coffee. Hot water now. So ideas. Sentry, I think it's difficult to have an in-depth discussion about the building of your PC in a stream chat. So it is probably better if you put the questions in Discord. People are really helpful on Discord, and they give you all the in-depth information that you require. Do you have Discord? Yes. Is it not in my description? If it is, I'm sorry. Is it in, can you guys let me know if it's not in the description? Can someone put it in the chat? The link to the NihongoGamer Discord. I think maybe I stopped putting it in the links because I was paranoid, basically, that external linking on YouTube would reduce like the performance of the stream in the algorithm. Because I think for a little while it was true. If YouTube, basically, it's not that they don't like links, it's just that if you leave the YouTube app, then that video goes down in the algorithm. Because obviously they want to increase people staying in the YouTube app. So if you have like Amazon affiliate links, or if you have, you know, sponsored links, or any link that's a merch that's outside of YouTube, I think it would negatively affect the video because it meant people would be clicking links and leaving the app. So I think that's why I took it out. I think that's why I took the Discord link out. But actually, I just put it back in. Why not? Oh, no need to apologize. If you're fairly new, if anything, we should be thanking you. I'm always glad to see new faces. But I really want to tackle this question. How can we build a community where people feel how do we build a community where people don't feel scared to show up even though they're low level? That's really as simple as it is. And I'm willing to try lots of different things if we can reach that goal. Not for any sort of like philanthropy reasons. I'm not trying to be like Jesus here. Just personally, I've always felt like it's difficult to get into certain fighting games when the player base are mostly all really good at it already. And I know there are ways to get around it. You could just play people who are really good and ask them to lab the game with you. But that's something you can do personally, right? What about people who haven't reached that level of personal development yet, and they just want to find a place with other low-level players where they can just mash some buttons? Because fortunately, Street Fighter has both. They have people who are on Discords giving really in-depth advice to each other, but also in the ranked mode in Street Fighter, you can go on, you can find absolute, straight-up, bought the game today beginners in ranked mode today, and even though the game came out a year ago. With a niche game, that just happens less and less, and then I think I've mentioned this before, but there's this, I don't know if you would call it like a self-fulfilling prophecy? No. It's a vicious cycle? Vicious circle? I don't remember what it is, but for example, if a beginner goes online in Under Night In-Birth 2, and they get washed, they'll be like, the only people online are really good at this game. I'm not going to bother going on ranked again. So that's one person who now just doesn't go on ranked anymore. And then someone else goes on the next day, and they get washed as well, because person number 1 isn't there waiting for them. And so that person also goes, you know what, I got washed, I'm not going to go on ranked again, because I'm not learning anything anyway. That's 2 people who are not on ranked anymore, but they own the game. Day 3, another 2 people show up, they've bought the game, and they're like, oh, we played each other once, okay, that was not so bad. And then the second match they play, oh god, I got washed. And then like the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, all the matches they're playing is just people who are really, really good at the game. And they're like, you know what? Obviously, there are 0 people playing this game who are beginners. I'm leaving. That's 4 people who all own the game and think that no one else is playing it. But it's because as soon as they went on, the only people waiting for them were the killers, right? So what I want to do is find a way to clear that misconception up that there's no one new playing the game, because there are new people who want to learn the game, and not all of them want to go on the hardcore uni discords to find out, like, you know, like labbing sessions with people who are really generous with their time and they want to do it. It's just like a lot of people just want to go online, mash some buttons, see if they can figure out what's going on, and then maybe learn in their own time, play some arcade mode. For that kind of person, I want to send out the message that the people who are also beginners do exist. It's just that if they don't all show up online at the same time, we create this misconception that they don't exist. That's what I'm trying to aim for. The Undernight Player Hub Discord has so many great resources and beginner players, I would recommend it. Well, there you go. I mean, that's a good start. That's a good start. You will switch out shortly. What's going on? Goody, you have to ready up. You have to press a button. Oh no! You missed your chance. Oh no! What did I press? Sorry, hold on. I pressed options. Okay. We're all good. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but one of the things that does get in the way of the growth of any niche community is the answer, just join the Discord. Like, a lot of people, for various reasons, don't like Discords. They don't like that form of interaction. Some people are just, you know, introverts. A lot of people play online games because they don't want to interact with human people personally. For example, like right now, you could be in this match right now and not in the chat and not interacting with us at all, and that would be fine. I would like to find a way to provide that kind of interaction. And don't get me wrong, it's entirely possible that the best way to get better at the game quickly is to interact with people on a personal basis. Totally open to the idea that's actually a way better way to improve. But not everyone wants to. I know this sounds dumb, but not everyone wants to improve. Some people just want to mess about, have some fun with people that are at their own level. I keep playing ranked even though I'm not very good. Excellent! I'm glad to hear it. I've been doing the same thing. But I totally understand people who get discouraged by it. Because I get discouraged by it as well. Over time, I've just got used to it. But not a lot of people will. It's like, it would be a shame to miss out on a large group of players who... Ah! Ah. No, dead. I hate how people say Lamau Discord game in a negative way. Some people do say that. It's true. There's a lot of misconception about Discord. And whether it's valid misconception or not, doesn't really matter. It's just, we just have to accept that some people don't like the idea of going on a Discord to interact with people in order to get matches. And the thing is, there are other ways to make the game inviting for people who don't like that. Just have to figure out what they are. Being able to block overheads in rollback is insane. Ah! I'm 2-27 on ranked. To be honest, I think that's probably higher than my score. Do something stupid. It's hard to accept, I know, but some people aren't playing it because they want to get better. Some people just want to find someone their level and just mess about. And maybe they'll never get better, and that's fine. Like, I would love to make a place where people feel like that's a safe thing to do. Hard to believe, it's hard to understand from an FGC perspective, but some people actually just want to turn on the game, play it every now and then, not get better, and then move on. Like, that is a valid way to enjoy a game. You may disagree with it, but it is probably, if you did a survey of all the new players that picked up the game, let's say that there's 2,000 people who bought the game brand new, they've never played it before. I don't know, I'd say that probably 60% of those people at least would respond, don't really want to improve at the game and I have no intentions of going to an event for it. And that's fine. You still bought the game, so artists still have the money. And, you know, they could be enjoying the game. And there's, like I've said before, there's lots of ways to enjoy the game that aren't just being good at the fighting element of it. They could just buy the game, play online every now and then, have a bit of fun, and then just get into the characters and draw fan arts, do fan fictions. You can do anything. There's so much potential. I just joined the Discord for the silly emotes. Hey, that's one of the strengths, one of the major strengths of Discord for sure. Sejam's video series on how to learn fighting games helped me get into the genre much faster. It's all mental based. I mean, Sejam is fantastic. It's difficult to find. It's difficult. It's not that it's difficult to find something you don't like about Sejam. It's just, I don't think there's anyone who can't find a reason. Sorry if there's double negative in there, but it would be difficult to have no reason to like Sejam. Like there's something for everyone. You can connect with a creator like Sejam on any level. Like, he's a thinker, he's calm, but at the same time he also is reactive and has his moments, and he's just got a bit of everything. So it would be difficult. It would be difficult to like completely not find anything. I really hate using double negatives, but you know what I mean. It's a weird feeling, but yeah, I want to improve, but I really don't want to talk to people. Exactly. And the other thing that a lot of people don't realize is, like, I don't want to take people's time. It's not that I'm misunderstanding how much time you have to spend on me. It's just, personally, I would feel it would make I would not enjoy a training session with you, because it'd be like, hey, I've got an hour free. I'll spend an hour with you. I'm like, thanks, but don't want to. I wouldn't enjoy it, knowing that I'm spending your time. I don't know. I don't want to be in that situation with you one-on-one. I can't explain it. Maybe it's unhealthy. Maybe it's better. Maybe I would improve much faster if I would just accept the help. But it's like, not everyone wants to go to that level, and I think that should be acceptable. Anyway, this isn't really about me. This is about finding finding like a comfortable place for new players of any description. And I'm sure that the Uni Discord is a great place to do it. I'm just, how can we make this stream a place, one of the many places that people could go to find people to hang out with and play with, and for example, not chat at all. That would also be fine. Some people that play fighting games don't even understand half the things going on and just want to push buttons with a cool looking character. I think it's more than half. Don't forget, 11 million people bought 11 million people bought like Mortal Kombat, right? I bet you anything that 80% of those people have never gone online. I think they actually put the stats out in a tweet or something, didn't they? They're just like, the number of people that actually played online, it's not even, I don't know, double digits. I don't know what the percentage is, but people don't have to want to be in the FGC to enjoy a fighting game. It's okay to not be FGC and enjoy a fighting game and buy it. I see, I watched Nihongo last game, but I just got washed back. It can happen. It can happen. I think it would be a shame. I think it would be a shame for players to leave ranked mode and get the wrong idea, because it's just not true. Like, you can't see it looking at the screen, but it's not true that no new players bought the game. Obviously, they did. But if none of them are online at the same time, or if a majority of them are not online at the same time, they're all gonna think, they're gonna get they're gonna misinterpret that to mean that new players don't exist. But they do exist. Some of them are on the Undernight Discord, playing in private rooms with each other. But for the people who don't want to be part of that, for whatever reason, and you're completely within your rights to not want to go on a Discord, I think there are plenty of reasons I can think of right now why I wouldn't want to go in various Discords. For whatever reason, I feel like it would be nice if there could be like a space that is frequently open, that people can go and find some matches and get the right idea that actually new players do exist and they're out there. Get rid of Toxic. I left the server I got into because of the the idiot invited the guy who called me very bad words. Oh no, that's a shame. I don't know which Discord you're talking about, but I'm sorry to hear that. Zeta Slow's community has been freaking great for me. Awesome! I'm glad to hear it. I mean, he's definitely a front runner for Melty Blood, which is also a super niche game by comparison to a lot of other games. And he has also been playing a lot of Uni, as far as I can tell. It's good to find these places. I would like to be one of many places. I don't want to be the hub. I am absolutely not out here saying, don't go on Discord and come here instead. That is like literally the opposite of what I'm saying. All I want to do is help to alleviate the misunderstanding that new players don't exist. Because I think they do. I think they all just wish they had a place that is not only the Discord that they could go to find people to play with. But of course, the Discord, it sounds like the Uni Discord is also a great place, and so you should go there. It sounds like Zeta's community is also a great place. You should go there too. Is the handheld for Lenovo Legion good? Unfortunately, I haven't got one. It looks kind of ugly. It looks kind of big and bulky, so I haven't really been interested in it. But I did see that one of the controllers comes off like a Joy-Con, so that you can use it like a mouse. That sounds amazing. But I don't need that feature so much that I would buy another handheld for it. I don't know, if that's a specific feature that you want. If you want to be able to play mouse and keyboard games straight with just the Joy-Cons that come off, that's awesome. Oh, you're an admin. Oh, wait, so you're biased. You're an admin from Zeta's community, and you're here shilling it. Oh, the biased opinion. I'm just joking. I'm glad to see Zeta's channel continually growing, and I'm glad to hear. I love it when you guys come over from Zeta's community and you let me know how things are going over there. I think that's awesome. Cross-pollination could only be a good thing. Right? Imagine getting called racist for your religion. That is cringe. That is absolutely cringe. I would prefer to hear that that's not happening. I'm sorry to hear. Toxicity is in every competitive game. Also true. There is this weird idea that seems to be on the internet now that as soon as you see something you don't like, that you should like snub it out and kill it. But I think what people have misunderstood is that lots of stuff can't be snubbed out or killed entirely. And actually, a lot of the time, the better thing to do is to nurture. Like, give that person a hug and nurture them and take responsibility for helping people understand that what they said was just horrific. But a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people are under this misapprehension that it's possible that they're under the misapprehension. They're under the misapprehension that it's possible to just snub it out and kill it by banning a person. But let's face it, the person's not dead. They're just going to go on to someone else's community and be toxic there as well. I would love to see, especially the fighting game community, I would love to see them evolve to the point where instead of just going, you know what, you suck, get out of here, I would love to see them be able to embrace people and go, we can help you because we know that it's a worthwhile thing to do, and that just turning you away from here and letting you intoxicate some other community, we also know that that would be bad. Let's hope that we get to that point someday. Ah! I need to find a better position for this monitor, don't I? Ah, I can't press buttons. Controller is different. Wait! Oh no! Oh no, this controller's bugged out! That's a problem. So I've actually mentioned this before, but my left button on my Snackbox Micro is bugged out. It's gonna sound like an excuse, but oh, got lucky. That might kill. So I'll actually show you exactly what's going on with my Snackbox Micro. I'm gonna message them afterwards. I don't think all snack boxes are like this, but because from what I've heard, I've not heard anyone else complaining about this. But see this? You see my character? I'm holding down back, and you can see like he stops every now and then. Like the inputs are like intermittent. Oh, okay. Maybe if I unplug it and plug it in again. Okay, I'm back. Ah! It's crossed up. Oh no, it's broken still. Such a shame. It's a shame because I really like this controller, but it's like literally been like this for the past few months. Just haven't had time to actually message them about it. Okay. Do I have another button box controller that I can plug in that works on PS5? There's a button missing from my other controller. Maybe I'll try playing on pad. No, I think that's a bad idea. I'll try to do another match, but unfortunately this controller's just wigging out. How do I fix it? Has anyone had this issue with this Snackbox Micro? No. By the way, do you see that? I'm not backdashing. I'm actually just holding crouch block. And my controller thinks that I'm backdashing because it's intermittently putting the inputs out. Oh man, I have all these controllers and I can't find one to use. I might just play on stick. I don't want to unplug my controller from the PC because it might freak out. Yeah, this is unfortunately a little bit pointless. It hit! This is the only move I can do that does not involve pressing left or right, because it's press A, B, C, D at the same time. No! Alright, let me do that rematch. Alright, let's try this again. Alright guys, I think that's gonna make this my last match and then I need to head off after this. Alright, I'm gonna do this on arcade stick now. GG's. Let's see if I have any better luck this time. Would love you to make a video comparing the Lenovo and the ROG Ally. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have the Lenovo and I don't have any intention of buying one. If I had a chance to, oh dear. Oh oh. Oh, I didn't have the gauge for it. Oops. Wow, when was the last time I played this game on stick? I might just stay on stick actually and stop playing on legal. I keep trying to jump with my right thumb. I actually did a combo on stick. Oh no, what? Like stick bugging out as well? Please say no. Maybe it's my PlayStation. Ah! Is Seth my main? He is at the moment. When I first got into this game, I was playing Nanase, but her music is so annoying that I decided I actually changed characters from Nanase because I just hate her music so much. Because when you play Nanase, it would choose automatic music selection, and Nanase's music would come up against, you know, whether you liked it or not. Oh no, what? Can't combo. Oh no, I'm up next. But I can't play. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to back out. I'm sorry, I think this PlayStation match is probably gonna be my last one. As much as I would like to play another one on PC. Oh no! Oh man. Playing on stick is so much fun! I'm gonna stick on stick. You forget Leverless. Oh, nice. Why did I do that? That was a mistake. Uh-oh. What is this? That was the wrong super. Okay, not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. I can come back from this. Who's the coolest new character? I have yet to play 2. I think most people would probably agree that Kuon is the coolest new character. I mean, at the moment you're seeing one of them. I'm playing against Saki, who is playing a Kagura. A character playing Kagura. But I don't think she's the coolest. She's interesting, but I think Kuon's cool. Seth is coolest in my opinion. Yeah! Seth. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? So I pressed forward A, B, and it was doing dash B. Why does it do that? Shame. Well, you win fair and square. But I appreciate that. GG's. I think what I've learned from this experience is that I would like to play more on stick. Leverless is fun, but actually arcade stick is more fun. I've always said that though. Ended up streaming a little bit longer than I was expecting, but I think it's time to call it a day. Maybe after... Sorry to end your matches, but maybe after Joshi and Puff Byak have finished their match, I'll probably end the stream. What else are you guys up to this weekend? I know that Capcom Cup is happening, so on the 25th, which is probably tomorrow for most of you, they're going to be doing the finals for Capcom Cup, and they'll be crowning a winner who gets to walk away with $1 million. I'm going to hold the world ransom for $1 million. Now, thanks for the match. I wish my Leverless had actually worked, but I don't think it would have changed anything. I still probably would have messed everything up. Seth reminds me to Rajak from, what is that? Manhwa Noblesse. I don't know what that is. Is that a Korean manga? I've got to go, beautiful people. When I'm finished with my dream gaming setup in the year, I might send some pictures in the Discord server. Yes! Send pictures. I love when people post pictures on the Discord. See you later, Snake. I waited too late. Oh, you mean you've arrived too late? Yeah, we're going to be ending the stream now. Oh, man. I don't know if you guys share my feelings on this, but it's just so nice to see people just getting loads and loads of matches in Under Night. Just having a good time. Alright, well, I'm sorry to kick you guys out, but I'm going to close the room if that's okay. I'm so sorry, but time to end this stream. But I appreciate everyone who lined up. I did say I did say that we were going to have to close the room. I sometimes think it is a little, I don't want to say cringe, but you know when like, I listen back to some of my own VODs, right, when I'm looking for highlight clips, and I think to myself, why am I so positive all the time? I know that that should be a good thing. Being positive should be a good thing, but sometimes I'm like, oh, what is all this positive? It's kind of getting a bit cringe, isn't it? Like, oh wow, I'm so happy that so many people are here. Oh, I'm so happy to see people playing Undernight. Oh, this game is so great. And then I'm like, I know that that's genuinely how I feel, but I wonder if like, should I be playing it cool? Should I say like how happy I am less so that I can like maintain the cool levels? I don't know. Nice stream. Hopefully I can join next time. I hope you can too. But it's like we said before. You don't have to play the game to enjoy it. You can watch it, you can play it, make fan art, write fan fictions, talk to your friends about it, buy the merch. There's a lot of ways to support the game. You could just join the Discord server and chat with other people who like the game. You don't even need to play it. But yeah, I personally, I would love to see you join us. Honestly, love these Uni 2 streams. Yes. It's hard, isn't it? I really love Street Fighter 6 as well. I love Street Fighter. I played Tekken 8 once and I loved it. I think it's great. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is obviously amazing. Having 2B in the game is great. Great. But Under Night, man. Nothing else really hits quite like this game. Some of us like positivity. It's a dark world out there. Sucks, doesn't it? You know what's the worst thing about the darkness out there? Is that I don't think it is actually that dark. I think the internet, unfortunately, has not really fully evolved yet. And as a result, we end up with these like misunderstandings that everyone on Twitter is toxic. But it's probably not actually true. It's just that the website has been geared to like promote. The website has unfortunately evolved to this point. I'm talking about Twitter. It has evolved to this point where it promotes toxicity and negativity for the sake of engagement. And my least favorite one is like, I don't know if this is the right term, but it feels like virtue signaling, where people see something that they think, okay, this is a cause that I could get some attention for, and maybe they may not even realize it. They're just like, look, if we're attacking this, if this game publisher has done something that sounds like might have been unfair, let's literally destroy their company. You know, they deserve it. But when you look behind the scenes, like, we don't know all the information. Like, for example, if a company fired all their devs before the game released, when it needed to be like it needed more QA testing, how are we supposed to know exactly what happened behind the scenes? Maybe those staff, maybe they'd organized like a coup d'etat. Not coup d'etat. Maybe they'd organized a coup to like take over the company, and they're just like, okay, we need to get rid of these people. Maybe they weren't doing their job. Maybe they were showing up and they're just like, nah, we don't like the new boss, so we're just gonna like make the code worse and break things. We have no idea. I'm 99.9% sure that in the case of games like Them's Fighting Heroes, I'm absolutely certain that that's not what happened. But when people jump straight into attack, it's just like, you know, this publisher is obviously not treating people very well, and that's why the devs haven't done their job, and that's why they've been fired and they've left. It's like, okay, that's entirely possible, but we don't know. Until we know, can we hold off on the complete destruction of the publisher? I don't know for sure. Maybe they did. Maybe they screwed everyone over, and maybe they fired everyone with absolutely no retirement fund. What's the word? You know, redundancy payment. You never really know. So what I'm trying to say is, it feels like there's a lot of darkness out there, but I think actually what's actually going on is not that dark, and that social media thrives on negativity, and as a result, it gives people the wrong idea about a whole lot of things. Even just Under Night. I think a lot of people, if they had gone on social media in the first couple weeks of uni, they may have thought, okay, this is a game that cannot be saved. But that's not actually what people wanted to say. They went on Twitter to voice their concern about this game needing to be patched. And as a result, a lot of people who just read those tweets probably got the wrong idea. This game can't be saved, the publisher are awful, and the porting company is awful. We should destroy both companies, and we should get a refund on our game and never play it again. But the people who actually play the game, that's not really what they wanted to say. They just wanted to voice that this game, we really want it to be patched as soon as possible so that people stop getting the wrong idea and actually come back and play the game again. But with social media, I'm not saying it's social media's fault, but in many ways you can see that social media made the launch even worse than it was. It was a bad launch. No doubt about it. But with social media, it's like, wow, maybe not only did the launch go badly, but maybe the publishers are a piece of shit. Wait a minute, I don't know if we need to go that far. Maybe there's something going on that we don't know about. Maybe the porting company didn't get paid on time. We don't know. Maybe the porting company has no experts. Maybe it is their fault. We have no idea. Maybe French Bread maybe the code was just broken to start with, and so it kind of worked because it was on console, but when they passed it on to a company to make the PC version, they're like, wait a minute, this code won't work on any other platform. You're giving us an extra job. We don't know. We don't know who's at fault. And social media makes things always seem darker than it maybe really is. I've watched you since the new 3DS released, and I just want to say I'm glad you're still going strong, and I find your videos streams comforting. Miko! Thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate it. Mostly because this year especially, I'm focusing on really giving back to the people who have supported me over these years. Yeah, it's important for a channel to continue growing and finding new audiences and expanding, but Maximilian said it best. He did this interview with Born Free, which I wish that Born Free still did interviews. But Maximilian said this in an interview with him. He said, at some point, maybe it was around 500,000 subs, he decided he was not going to try and pander to new audiences for the sake of growing. He's like, I've got 500,000 people now. I'm just going to do everything I can to please those existing subscribers. And that's so powerful. It's like, wow. It's so courageous to say, I'm not interested in only focusing on the growth of the channel. I'm going to focus on satisfying the needs of the people who have already decided to support me. I think that's incredible. And I got that from a Born Free interview. One, I really wish that Born Free still made interviews. And two, Maximilian, what a dude. Very cool stuff. And I would like to do that too. I think that's something I really took that to heart when I watched that interview, and I thought, yeah, I have been trying to please the YouTube algorithm by making my channel more focused and only stick to a single topic and only do gear reviews and stuff. And I was like, that's not really how the channel grew. The channel grew from a variety of random stuff, in addition to gear reviews, but in addition to streaming, and in addition to, like people were asking earlier, coffee videos where I just make coffee and chat about stuff. And I think there is room for some of that stuff too, without having the channel become completely lost and random, because that would also piss me off. I don't want the channel to be random. Wise words from Max. I just love the character designs. That's my main appeal with Uni. I think so too. I think I made a short recently where I was talking about this, but something that's cool in Under Night is that not everyone is beefed up and muscly. You know, I think that's something that's really cool with when you feel emo, you know, it's like or alternative. When you feel alternative, like you don't fit in with the mainstream, some people are just not built really muscly. Some people just don't want to work out. but with anime, especially in fantasy genres, being able to command some level of power without going straight for brute strength, that's awesome. And I think there's a lot of characters in Under Night which embody that. When I got into the Uni series, I was looking for some diversity to my fighting game menu, and I didn't stray away from the game since. Yes! Stay here. I also play Melty Blood, yes! And I think I'd closely relate to it. I think I'd closely relate it to the Uni series, but just legit auto combos. Yeah, I mean, they also you can change it in Multi Blood, right? You can turn rapid beat, is that what it's called? You can turn auto combos off in Multi Blood if you really want to. That's a game I wanted to play more of, just didn't have time. Maybe I'll find time now. Unlikely now that I've got Under Night, but I thought that game was cool. I thought Melty Blood was so cool that I actually went and read all of... I've got the game on Switch, on Tsukihime. Went through the whole game. Only the Arcuid route. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was kind of boring at times, but lore-wise, it was cool. These are great characters, and I'd like to know more about them. Multipled's auto combos were so intrusive. Fair enough. Yeah, I hear you can turn them off, but I don't know. Are they still quite useful? Is it much better to just play with them off? If so, I might just turn them off. I don't think I've ever actually used them. Oh, no, that's not true. In matches, I will panic. I'll be like, I don't know what to do now, so I'm just going to mash the button so I can at least get some damage. So I did use them. Listen, I love talking to you guys about video games, controllers, life, the channel, and everything. But it's time for me to go, and hopefully I'll see you soon. I said that I was going to do a puzzle stream soon. I've got a game called Dang Host, and another one called Geometry Survivor. I really want to do a puzzle game stream. I want to do those two games and Panel upon, but I don't know exactly when. Maybe sometime later this week. But more importantly, not just thanks for coming to watch the stream, but thanks for those of you who actually joined into the matches. Again, not saying that this is the only place where you can do it, but I would quite like to be part of helping to turn that misunderstanding around, that there are no new players playing the game. Like, they exist, and if you want to, you can join us here and play with everyone and feel safe knowing that you won't get washed, except that actually some strong players do come along and you will still get washed, but we'll try our best. You won't get washed by me though, because I'm still pretty basic when it comes to combos in this game. That's all for today. I'll see you all in the next NihongoGamer video and or stream. Latest.